everyone, to imaginativevisions.com. This is Movie Talk, and Justin here. And today, I want to talk about the film Obsession. I finally got a chance to watch the film, so I'm going to give you just a minor, brief review before we get into the spoiler section, where I want to talk about what the thumbnail says, the big question a lot of people were asking, and I want to have my take on it as well. Did Nikki actually like Bear? But before we do, I want to just talk about the film. What I thought about it really quickly. Absolutely loved it. There's a lot of films out there that always have some hype behind it. Scariest movie of the year, uh, movie of the year, best acting. This, I would have to say, belongs in the best movies of 2026 category for sure. Definitely is going to be on our list at the end of the year, when maybe top five, depending on see how much bangers are coming out later on this year for the fall season and winter season. But this Obsession was great. I love the characters. The acting was spectacular all around, from Indy to Michael. The director, Curry Barker, did a hell of a job. What a hell of an introduction to this young man's film career. And this was excellent. This was so good. I'm gonna give this a full bucket. If you didn't see it yet, I highly recommend it. It has a great story, a really great take on the be careful what you wish for type of angle, and it takes it and it makes it a realistic tale on it. It does have supernatural elements, but more of it is the core of it. It's not a demonic possession or anything like that. It's just an examination of someone who has lost their free will and their choice in the matter. And that's, for me, is where the actual horror comes into play. It's not from the scares, it's not from the creepy imagery, but it's the fact that Nikki loses her free will due to Bear's wish. Now, definitely go check that out, and that's my review. A non-conventional review, but I want to talk about this thing that a lot of people, questions I've seen on Reddit and just online in general. Did Nikki actually like Bear? I'm in the camp that says yes, she did, and I'm gonna use scenes from the film to support this argument. So if you haven't seen the film, complete spoilers ahead. So go. Thank you. See you later. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Now, for the rest of us who have seen this great film, let's talk about it. I say yes. And the reason why I say yes is a couple of things. And I want to play these scenes, so let's get into it.
Oh, well, I want to write.
I mean, you're.
No, I feel like I need a big life change. I'm not feeling love, and I want to feel love if I want to bring the story to life.
Love. So it's a romance.
No, it's not a romance, it's a love story.
Isn't that the same thing?
You know, you're the only person that I get to really talk to about this stuff.
You're too.
Especially at work. You're not a complete brick wall.
Oh, don't let me forget. I got you something.
What?
You'll see.
Ew, no, that. Why does that make me nervous?
I don't know. That's an odd reaction.
You know, Sarah's asking about you all day today. How do you feel about that?
You're asking if I have feelings for Sarah?
I'm asking how you feel about Sarah, and if how you feel about her is having a crush on her, then that would be how you feel about
I like her as a friend.
her. God, I figured she's so fucking obvious.
Yeah, she is.
When I have a crush on a guy, no one knows. Good night.
Nikki. No, I'm sorry.
Do you like me?
What?
Because if you do, now's the time to tell me.
I think we're good friends.
Okay. Good. Good night.
Oh, fuck. Why? What the fuck?
I gotta take my glasses off for this one, folks. Whoo, whoo. Watching that scene again just makes my blood boil. And yes, I did cut the part out where he's doing like the joke that he's just doing the defense mechanism on that. But as you saw from my notes, anyone who has dated women can tell you watching that clip, she likes this dude. She's giving him all the hints from the body language. She's opening up. She's putting herself in a vulnerable spot. And he does not realize it. He can't see the signs, man. I was so frustrated watching this. And if you're new to the channel, I'm from the era. I was born in the mid '80s, '86, and I grew up in the '90s. And in that time, we had to approach girls the old-fashioned way. We had to go up to them. We had to obviously look our best. We had to spit some game, or even just go up to them like, "Hey, hi, my name is Justin." And just introduce yourself. And the worst thing is, this is a saying that we had back in the days. My uncles used to say it. My brother used to tell me, my best friends, my father, every guy I know in my life always used to say this. The worst thing she can say is no. She says no, no means no, you move on, plenty fish in the sea. Nikki gave this man the red carpet treatment because she knew how socially awkward he was. And she literally did so many hits from talking about, opening up about her writing. She asked about Sarah because if he did say, "Hey, yeah, I have feelings for Sarah," she would have probably swallowed. He was like, "Okay, so it is what it is. We're just friends." But once he said no, and then she gave him another hint. If I like a guy, he's not going to know. But he got insecure because he didn't get the reaction he wanted when he said, "Hey, I got you a gift," right? And he's listening to, and another thing was he was taking bad advice. As you watch from the movie later on, Nikki was sleeping with Bear's friend. They had a friends with benefits situation, and that's some of the counter argument people have with this particular question is that because Nikki was having sex with Bear's friend, she didn't really like Bear. And I say to this, and this is how I know some people don't really have their friends with benefits grasp in hand. A true friends to benefits situation follows, if you're doing it properly, that is, follows the three G's. What are the three G's? Get in, get off, get out. The three G's of friends with benefits. There's no real emotion. It's just two people with urges trying to get released and they going back on their day. If you're doing it right, you catch feelings, you're doing it wrong. So that's just my view on it. If you're catching feelings, you're doing it wrong because the whole thing is just supposed to be physical. If you wanted the emotional aspect, you will be putting and pursuing it as a actual relationship than an actual situationship. That's just me. So yeah, Nikki had a situationship. That doesn't mean that she doesn't have feelings for Bear or she couldn't had developed feelings for Bear over time. And once she realized that, she cut dude off and hoping that Bear will finally have the courage to do it. Bear was insecure from the get-go. And a lot of this, honestly, is Bear's fault. He is the antagonist. A lot of this stuff could have been avoided. If you watch the clips again, if you rewind it, look at her body language. Look how she's saying, like, you're one of the few people I can open up to this about. She is becoming vulnerable. She says, like, hey, you're easy to talk to, even though you're not such a brick wall at work. Meaning she knows this dude has a wall up. And another hint to like, hey, let me in a bit. Let me, cool, be a little bit more chill. Like there's things when it comes to dating women that you have to pick up on certain social cues and things of that nature. And yeah, I have at least 39 years of experience, and I'm still learning women, man. Like I'm still learning. We're all still learning, guys. We will always continue to. We will never have them fully figured out. That's the truth. But it's situations like this, just from my experience, because I was there, and I think that's what angered me the most when I was watching this, because I saw 19-year-old Justin, who had a college crush, who literally gave him the red carpet just like Bear, and he said, "We're friends." Literally, till this day, I'm just like, what was I thinking? But yeah, I didn't take the bear around and get all like possessed and stuff like that. No, of course not. But I had that same situation. I'm looking at bear. I was like, dude, I wanted to just go in the screen like, you idiot, you had her. And he says, "I like you as a friend," and I was like, no. And then it kind of, it it kind of gets frustrated because it's like, man, all this could have been avoided if you just said yes. But I want everyone to look at the evidence that I presented here, and look at the brilliant acting by Indy. Look at her body language. Listen to the tone. Not to mention asking about Sarah. How do you feel about Sarah? She's trying to inquire, is there someone else in the picture for Bear? Or is there feelings reciprocated for Bear? Because she will probably fall back. But once she found out about that, that's when she said, if I like a guy, I'm not going to tell him. They're not going to know. And he starts thinking, and then he does the freaky Nikki joke, and he knows she doesn't like that. Once again, taking bad advice from his boy, who's giving him false info because he was smashing at the time. Maybe he still wants, So I look at this and I just go, you had her dead to rights, and those scenes prove it. To me, I think this is clear evidence that Nikki had feelings for Bear. It's just once again Bear's insecurity, Bear's social awkwardness. Bear was not socially built for something like that to just approach. And you can say that, and a lot of times in the whole dating app era, we have lost that ability to go up to the object of our affections, regardless of your preferences, to just go up to somebody, a complete stranger, and introduce yourselves. And granted, in these days and times, when somebody come and approaching me, and everybody's on, especially if you live in New York, you're a little on edge because we're not used to that anymore. But I think it's such a lost social skill due to the screen and digital that we have developed a generation of people who might not approach somebody that they find attractive and just give them a compliment. Just give them, hey, excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but just want to give you a compliment, X, Y, and Z. Might brighten up their day. They might say thank you, and you try to strike a conversation, and you might get the number. Who knows? But you gotta try. And that's one thing I really loved about the era I grew up with, is because those were confidence builders. Yeah, you got rejected, but you weren't afraid anymore to go approach another woman or another person that you had your eye on. It was just go and go, go and go, go and go, go and go. And that's what I like about it. But this particular scene, I truly believe, is enough evidence for me that Nikki did like Bear. And then what makes this film such a heartbreaking, tragic watch is that she did like Bear, and Bear still did what he did, I should say. And it's the horror really comes from. I think the true horror is that Nikki did like Bear. Bear was insecure of himself, made that wish, and the girl that actually did like him back. Keep in mind, she says she will never. The guy won't know, but Bear is stupid. Couldn't take hints. Couldn't read the room because of his inability, and made the wish. And then the true horror, like I said earlier, is that Nikki is fighting to break free. And then those little glimpses of her come returning was just so heartbreaking because she looked so confused, she looked so hurt, and then we got the ending that we got, and where she's all alone and all her friends are dead. Just brilliant film. Love the acting. Definitely one of my favorites of the year. But What are your thoughts with the evidence that I presented? I think Curry Barker obviously has his own take. I mean, this is his story. But what do you think? Did you think that Nikki actually did like bear combo? Let me know if you like what we do here. Hopefully, we're earned your subscription. This is Justin from Match Division, so please hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. I will catch you on the next episode of Movie Talk. Later days.